Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna show you all of my coloring pages in Harry Potter, a cinematic gallery. I have colored a few pages. I have colored 36 pages. I have started to color in this book in 2020 in February. And it's been 2 months I have not colored in this book, but I will go back again in this book soon. So I'm gonna show you all of my pages for this one, and for mostly all of my pages I have colored. I'm using Prismacolor Premier for the characters, sometimes drawing pencils, Derwent Lightfast pencils or Luminance pencils, it depends. And mostly for the background it is always watercolor. I like to be really detailed and quite realistic for the characters, and for the background it is really simple. For this page it is colored pencils for the castle and for the small boats, and for the sky and the water it is only watercolor. Here I have colored this page, so it is Prismacolor Premier for the characters and the tables, Luminance pencils for the flags, and for the background it is drawing pencils and watercolor. I'm always using the same medium because I like to use medium I know, because these pages are really difficult to color, so I really like Prismacolor Premier drawing pencils because sometimes you have large areas and drawing pencils is the best. For this page it was difficult because the lighting is really it is really light here, and when you go this way it is really dark. For this page it is really dark, and for this one in the middle it is really light. I have also used Colorex ink, gold ink, for this part. So that's it. For this page it is mostly Inktense pencils and watercolor, and only Hagrid is in Prismacolor Premier pencils, and maybe for the fire also. This page was the first page I have colored in this book, and it was really difficult. So maybe it is Prismacolor Premier for the horse and Ron, and for the background it is Inktense pencils. And it was back in February 2020. I have forgotten to mention that the first page is the film poster. You can see I have not colored the one for the first movie. This one will be the last page I will color in this book. I really like this one, and I want to make a really good work, so I'm waiting. So this is the film poster for the second movie. I would like to color this page. I think it is quite easy. Then for this page the sky is acrylic paint, and here is there is a first layer of watercolor, and then I have colored with Coloursoft pencils, and for the house and the garage it is drawing pencils. I really like these colors for the house. The drawing are perfect, really perfect. Then for this page it was like a challenge. I wanted to color this one as if it was a Hufflepuff howler, so that's why it is yellow and black. I added a little bit of glitter and that's it. It was black gesso for the background and maybe markers and a little bit of colored pencils, but nothing really specific. Then for this page, it is mostly watercolor, even for the fire, and for the clothes it is watercolor, and I have only used colored pencils for the hair and the skin. That's it. A little bit of Posca markers, and that's it. A little bit of ink, gold ink from Colorex, and this fire, it comes from the Colorist Special Effect. I really like these books. Then Ginny, for the background, always watercolor, black gesso, a glitter varnish, and as a first layer for her cloak, it was watercolor, and then I have colored with drawing pencils. And for the skin and the hair, it is maybe Prismacolor Premier or maybe Polychromos pencils. I don't remember. For this page, it is pearlescent watercolor. Here, for the background, for the wall, it is drawing pencils. As a first layer here, it is watercolor and then Polychromos pencils. A little bit of Posca or maybe Jelly Roll. So this one is the film poster for the third movie. For this page, always watercolor for the background and maybe Prismacolor Premier for the characters. These pages are really easy to color. I really recommend you to start with these pages. Oh, this one I wanted to color. Maybe this one will be the next page I will make in this book. It is really easy. In a sepia color, and that's it. Then I have colored this page with watercolor always and Prismacolor Premier. It was really difficult for me. This one is really difficult. Here is the castle. Then I really like this one. For the background, always watercolor. And for the characters, luminance pencils for the skin, for the hair, and maybe a little bit of drawing pencils and luminance for the clothes. Always remember you have all the pictures on the internet. I really like this one. Then for the curtains, it is luminance pencils, and for the characters, it is maybe Polychromos pencils or maybe Prismacolor Premier. I don't really remember. Maybe a little bit of drawing pencils, and here a little bit of oil pastel for the crystal ball. And that's it. For this page, it is mostly watercolor. There is a little bit of colored pencils for the Dementors, and here it is colored pencils and a little bit of white ink, maybe the Colorex one, and that's it. This one, it is a really recent, yes. This one, I made it in February 2023. For this page, it is Prismacolor Premier for the skin, for the hair. There is a first layer of watercolor for the clothes, and then maybe it is drawing pencils with large areas like this, I like to use drawing pencils, and for the background it is only watercolor. This one is one of my favorite one. Then this is the last I have colored in this book. It was really difficult because it is the film poster from the 4th movie, and wow, it was quite difficult. I have used light fast pencils, and on this page you have so teeny tiny details that it is really difficult to color even with colored pencils. Yeah, it was difficult. And for the sky and the water, it is always watercolor. And as a first layer for the cloak here, it is watercolor. And then I have used maybe drawing pencils. And that's it. A little bit of Posca, yellow Posca, red Posca. Yeah, this page was really difficult. That's why it's been 2 months I have not colored in this book. For this page, it is drawing pencils for the castle. You have the exact same color in the drawing pencils to color the castle. And for the boat, it is polychromos. For the rocks, it is acrylic paint, and for the sky, it is watercolor and a little bit of Posca. Then for this page, always a first layer of watercolor for the background, and then I added a little bit of drawing to make some shadows. And for the characters, it is Prismacolor Premier, and here gold ink and pearlescent watercolor, and that's it. This one is one of my favorite pages. For the background, it is Boku Undo watercolor. I really like these dark colors. It's perfect. And for the character, it is maybe Prismacolor Premier. Yeah. Or maybe Luminance. I don't remember. And the tip for the characters, it is to always color on the line. So you cannot see now. You cannot see, there's no harsh line. There's no black line here. You cannot see it. And it's perfect. For the hair, I have put a little bit of watercolor here, and you can easily draw above watercolor. You can easily color with colored pencils above watercolor. That's why there is a lot of little tiny hair here and here. So there is no black line, and it's okay like that. As a first layer, only for the dark line, I have put a little bit of white watercolor, and then you can color above with colored pencils. Okay, then for this page, it is mostly watercolor. For the background and for the dragon, I have colored a little bit with colored pencils, but only Harry Potter is with colored pencils. And then here for the little bit for the fire, it is acrylic paint, and that's it. This page, it was the first portraits. Yeah. It was really difficult. It was the first page I wanted to make a realistic effect. I have used maybe Prismacolor Premier or maybe Polychromos pencils, I don't remember. And for the background, watercolor and drawing pencils. Yeah. Here the line is so thick. It's gonna be so difficult. For this one, it is only watercolor and a little bit of oil pastel for the fog. And that's it. A little bit of glitter, a little bit of pearlescent watercolor here in the mountain, and that's it. This one, I think it is really easy, so maybe soon I will color this page. Then for Luna, it is Polychromos pencils. And for the background, it is watercolor and graphite pencils. And a little bit of Posca. Yeah, that's it. For this one, it is always watercolor for the background, watercolor for the first layer for the clothes, and then drawing pencils. And for the skin and the hair, it is Prismacolor Premier. I like this page. I really like this page. Then for the black, for this page, it is watercolor for the background, gold ink from Colorex for the tree, and drawing pencils and a little bit of watercolor for the characters. And here for the border, it is gold acrylic paint and black Posca. It was easy, but a little bit longer than I thought. But it's done. I'm so happy it is done. For this page, it is watercolor for the background, a little bit of acrylic paint, glitters for the fireworks, and for the characters, it is maybe Lightfast pencils or Prismacolor Premier. Originally, it is a student, but I wanted to color as the Professor Ombrage. Then for this page, it was the second page I have colored in this book. It was so difficult. There is a lot of glass effect. It is really difficult. So I have used watercolor for the background, Prismacolor Premier for the glass effect. For the character, it is also Prismacolor Premier. As a first layer for the cloak, it is watercolor, then drawing pencils, a little bit of acrylic paint for the smoke, and a little bit of Posca, a little bit of acrylic paint, gold acrylic paint, and yeah, that's it. For this page, again, watercolor for the border, but then here it is graphite pencils for the wall. And for the characters, it is Lightfast pencils. Sometimes I change colored pencils. And in the Lightfast, you have really dark colors. It is really interesting to use these pencils in the Harry Potter pages. For this page, it is acrylic paint, pearlescent acrylic paint for the sky, watercolor here for the goal, and Prismacolor Premier for the character. There is a little bit of oil pastel for like an icy effect on the gold, and that's it. I really liked to color this page. Yeah. And here, yeah, is the Quidditch Stadium. Then, for this page, it is all watercolor, Everything is watercolor and light fast pencils for the characters. This one is really simple, really easy to color, so I recommend you this page. Even this page, it is all watercolor and only for Harry Potter it is polychromos pencils. There is a little bit of glitter and that's it. A little bit of acrylic paint for the snow. Yeah. It was really, really easy, really fun to do. For Dobby, for the background, it is watercolor, even for his clothes, it is watercolor, and for the skin, it is Prismacolor Premier. Yeah. I have used Boku Undo palette for the background. I like this palette so much. You can find it on Amazon, maybe, I think. This page is the most difficult page I have ever colored in my entire life. It's been 5 years I'm coloring and I have colored this page in April 2022, so back in a year ago, and it was so difficult, but I'm still really happy of the result. So for the characters, the skin, the hair, it is Prismacolor Premier. For the background, it's Neocolors 2 and watercolor. There is a lot of Jelly Roll and a lot of white Lumocolor. I'm gonna show you, this pencil is perfect. I really like the Lumocolor Permanent from Staedtler. You have the white, the black, yellow, red, blue and green. And I have used the white for this page, so you can hide the thick line, the thick black line you can hide with these pencils. I really recommend you all of the Lumocolor Permanent Staedtler pencils. And that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. Then I have varnished with a matte varnish. So even if I move the page, it's always matte. I really like this trick. For this page, it is only watercolor. And for the character, it is Polychromos pencil. And a little bit of Posca, Jelly Roll, paint markers. And I think this one is the last page. Everything is watercolor for the background, gold ink for the leaves, and maybe polychromos pencils or light fast pencils for the characters. Yeah, it was really easy. This page I recommend you if you start this book. It is really easy. And that's it. I hope you are now motivated to go in this book. You can use paint, you can use maybe gouache, you can use watercolored pencils to make it easier to go in this book. Yeah. And maybe I will go back in this one maybe soon. Yeah, I was really happy to show you my pages. So I hope you have a good day and see you soon. Bye bye!